A huge update with the Jadon Sancho situation between Manchester United and PSG. Loads to get into with that. Actually, breaking news from the Telegraph on what's happening there. Is it actually off? We're going to talk about that. Manuel Ugarte, on the other hand, is all systems go, according to every single report around that deal. From the Uruguayan side, from the French side to the British media, everyone is saying the same thing on that one. But the big news is definitely on the Jadon Sancho side of things. We had one report earlier on saying one thing, and now another breaking news one saying the other now. What's true? We'll discuss it right now. Welcome along to Forever United TV, everybody. This is your evening update on everything Manchester United. We have gone through the whole day talking Jadon Sancho, Manuel Ugarte, Fofana, updates on everything going on right now. Why are PSG maybe pulling out of going for Jadon Sancho? All the information here on the channel. I'm Adam. Welcome along to the show, everybody. Please give the video a like. Let's get another 1,000 likes on this stream alone. It is a premiere. Please do subscribe to Forever United TV to make sure that you don't miss out on any content related to Manchester United. I've got all your updates here, and it is quite a big one tonight. All day it has looked like PSG are moving closer and closer to agreeing with Manchester United. This morning we heard about a £50 million offer coming in. Terms agreed, personal terms. Jadon Sancho happy with 280 grand a week at PSG. Who wouldn't be? But now the Telegraph have just dropped breaking news this afternoon that Jadon Sancho is unlikely to move to PSG because PSG will not put a bid in for him at this stage now. Why is that happening? We do not know. But from United's side of things, they are set to give Jadon Sancho a chance to restart his Manchester United career. Guys, this is a premiere. I can probably guess you're all going nuts in the chat right now live, giving your opinions on it. Please do get in the comment section below as well. Let me know what you think about this news. Let me know, is this good news for Manchester United? Are you a Jadon Sancho fan? Can he give us extra cover up front this season? Or is it simply just as I'm feeling? And my own opinion alone, obviously, is that United needed to sell Jadon Sancho. And this is not good news for the football club for me. I feel like we had to get Jadon Sancho out of the door. But this report, and I'll read it out to you now, word for word, on what has been said. The tweet has come through. It is breaking news. Manchester United are ready to give Jadon Sancho the chance to fight for his career at the club as PSG are unlikely to bid for him now. Why are PSG unlikely to bid for him? Earlier on today, let's just read, there's a few more tweets just coming out right now, guys, actually, we're going through this. Manchester United are optimistic still for a deal for Manuel Ugarte. Like we said, that's come from the Telegraph as well. All these reports are coming from Jason Burt, who is quite on the money with a lot of stuff for the Telegraph. But the first one being giving Jadon Sancho the chance to fight. PSG do not appear to be Jadon Sancho's likely destination. He is currently not part of their plans. Not part of their plans? Why is this happening? Earlier on today, Rich Fay and a few other reports, Miguel Delaney, were talking about Manchester United maybe loaning Jadon Sancho with an obligation to buy Jadon Sancho at the end of the season. Maybe that will come back into the fore. Maybe that will happen again. But as it stands, the Telegraph are pretty much shutting everything down right now in this deal, and it will not happen for Jadon Sancho. Whether he wanted to move or not, PSG have other plans. What are them other plans? Why has this took a massive U-turn all of a sudden? Now, there was a story coming out the other day from Florian Plettenberg from Sky Germany. That story read that PSG had been given the green light by Desiree Doué. Now, this afternoon, Fabrizio Romano has dropped the news that this is now confirmed. 60 million euros for the Rennes wonder kid, the French wonder kid. For PSG, they have beaten Bayern Munich 100%, dead cert now. He is heading to Paris. He is staying in the country. Didn't fancy Bayern Munich. PSG have got their man. That is their attacking forward player. Is this why Jadon Sancho is completely off the table now? Excuse me. It's amazing because United looked all set. Earlier on today, we heard talks, like we said at the top of the show then, about the wages, about Manchester United's valuation, about them communicating constantly with PSG for Manuel Ugarte, and everything was going smoothly. Everything looked like a deal could be done. And let's not count out the loan situation, because that was the story earlier on this afternoon as well. Jadon Sancho, a loan with obligation to buy. And we looked at it in all different ways. I've had to think about what might have worked better for Manchester United. Obviously, Jadon Sancho would have opened up the door for United to bring in another forward. If we did loan Manuel Ugarte, we didn't buy another forward, Jadon Sancho stayed, would that give us the money then aside to go and buy another midfielder if it was a loan for Manuel Ugarte? Because the story that came out before was a loan for loan. Manchester United looking to loan Ugarte in and PSG looking to loan Jadon Sancho in. The news that has literally just broke off the last hour from the Telegraph has completely thrown out the Jadon Sancho side of things. So does that mean now with PSG spending this money, it's back to the negotiation table and PSG having to lower the price for Manuel Ugarte? United won't be able to loan him in now. It literally changed in the space of an hour, and everything that's going on now looks like it's back to where it was. United stuck with Jadon Sancho. They won't loan him out to anybody else. The only reason they may have considered loaning him to PSG was with that obligation to buy him. We're not going to be able to get an obligation to buy Jadon Sancho with anyone else. Look, I'm saying all of this now because I thought that PSG was the only option for Jadon Sancho. I thought he was the only it was the only club that was going to be willing to come in for him. It was the only one that we're talking wages that probably Jadon Sancho would go for. Stumbling blocks are always there with Manchester United players' wages when it comes to selling players. It's what we've always had to deal with. And Jadon Sancho is probably going to be one of them biggest at Manchester United that are going to be an issue. Like Borussia Dortmund literally could not afford Jadon Sancho. We love him. Jadon Sancho loves them. It's good to be back home. We can see that it's the player who's fine, and Manchester United have a problem. Well, where's your money then? Get your money out your pocket if you want him and if he thinks he's that good. And Jadon Sancho, back home? Yeah, not really though, are you? You're stuck again, mate, now. So dealing with the United fans, it's time to start pulling your finger out. Honestly, even then, even me saying like, Jadon Sancho, prove yourself to Manchester United, I still, like I said, I'll stand by what I said in them previous two videos. I don't see how Ten Hag brings him in. I don't think Ten Hag will bring him in ahead of anyone else. The fan base won't let him. If this is all about football, Ineos cannot stand in his way or dictate what Ten Hag wants to do. No one gets the chance to do that anyway. Honestly, right now, I am fully on board with Ten Hag over Jadon Sancho and this idea that he is not going to get into this first team. I think this is how it's going to be. I can't see Ten Hag changing all of a sudden just because they had a gentleman's agreement over the summer and agreed to actually put everything behind him and just get on with football. Getting on with football in Ten Hag's eyes is like people coming to the table like Palestri knocking on the door, when am I going to get a chance? And out he goes. It's Ahmad waiting all season to get into the first team. It's Anthony being shoved out of the side completely, even though the club spent a bleeding record on him. It doesn't matter who you are with Ten Hag. All that matters is that you're performing and you fit into his system. I thought Sancho would have fit perfectly into Ten Hag's system when he first came in. He looked like he was going to be his go-to. But obviously the relationship fell apart like we all know. And now we're back here and Ten Hag has got a difficult spot to work from. Can Ineos pull a rabbit out of the hat? Are they able to get Jadon Sancho back out of the door? And guys, in the comments, I want you to answer this question. What rank or where do you see Jadon Sancho in the pecking order? How far down the list is he? Put all of the forwards in play. Let's take out of the equation Rasmus Højlund, because he is an out-and-out 9. He doesn't play wide. He doesn't play 10. He just stays at number 9. Every other forward in Manchester United's side can play all over that front line, whether it be 10, whether it be right, whether it be left. So you know the full list of strikers and forwards at Manchester United. Take Højlund out, and where does Sancho fit in the pecking order? I'll give you my opinion at the end of this show, but guys, get in the chat, let me know. Comment below when the live is finished as well, or the premiere is finished. Get into the live chat, discuss it amongst yourselves right now, because I just don't see how Jadon Sancho fits in. Like, you can rest players for a certain time, but these players, they play at the top of their game. They need to play consistently. The young players need to play game week in, week out. Players are expected to hit about 45, 50 games in the season. The players that we've got, the likes of Rasmus Højlund, Xerxes, Ahmad, Rashford, Garnacho, all of these players, they're expecting to play 40 plus games a season. I don't see where Jadon Sancho fits in. I don't, because if you're interchanging them, if you take Sancho out of it, you're interchanging them, then honestly, I just don't see how it works with Jadon Sancho at all. But that is the news that's coming out today with Jadon Sancho, that Erik ten Hag is going to have to find a way to put him into the squad. The Telegraph are reporting that Jadon Sancho is, in fact, going to be part of Manchester United's team. In terms of Manuel Ugarte and where we're at with this situation, this is an ever-moving story right now. Let's just see what's happening now, because Jason Burt, again, who broke the Jadon Sancho news that we were just talking about then, has now come out and talked about Manuel Ugarte. Selling Manuel Ugarte seems to be a priority for Paris Saint-Germain, clearly, because they've bought Desiree Doué and their budget is busted. They do not want to accept a fee below 51.5 million, but Manchester United have indicated they will bid less than that. There remains hope that a deal can still be struck. Honestly, it just sends negative vibes. I'm like, F off Paris Saint-Germain. Like, we're hearing stories about Paris Saint-Germain being close to agreeing with Manchester United. Manuel Ugarte pushing this move forward. Plettenberg, Romano, Sky, everyone's saying that United, and there is an actual togetherness, that a thought process, and like everyone on the same page that Manuel Ugarte will be a Manchester United player. Well, just reading that story there from Jason Burt, I completely disagree with it. It sends me backwards again in thinking that this is a million miles away, because we're not going to bid anywhere near. That's 10 million away from where Manchester United are actually bidding at, which was apparently 42 million. So this deal, where as close as it seems yesterday, and how it seemed this morning and this lunchtime and this afternoon, and literally every single player says there's a confidence now, every single reporter, says there's a confidence now within Manchester United that this deal will get done, and Manchester United will get Manuel Ugarte. Well, according to the Telegraph, it's exactly where it was. They're not willing to accept anything less than 52 million. Well, the deal's off then, isn't it? Because we're not going to pay that. Someone has to buckle. And honestly, like, just put deals to bed right now. If Sancho's not going, for God's sake, I'm sick of him being a headline and talking about him. Sit on the bench, Jadon. Honestly, right now, we've done good business already, Manchester United, this summer. And some players are just that hard to work with. Maybe some time on the bench will do Jadon Sancho good, and he can realise that he's absolutely ballsed his career up and what he's done. So, yeah, that's the situation we're at with Sancho and Ugarte right now. And the options are running they're running short for Manchester United, because Romano has also come out, as well as saying Desiree Doué is going to Paris Saint-Germain, and that pretty much taking up all the funds that they would have been using for Jadon Sancho, that AC Milan have now put another offer in for Youssouf Fofana from Monaco. We said earlier on that Fofana looked like he's off Manchester United's list now because he's holding out for AC Milan. So that came out earlier on, and this afternoon Romano has said that AC Milan, within the last hour actually, have put in another bid for Fofana, and that deal is now getting close. So we've gone from having absolute craziness of transfers last night to it moving forward quite significantly today. Deals are not dead and everything is still open, but I think we can safely say Fofana is gone, and PSG are not going to buy Jadon Sancho now unless something crazy happens. They literally need United to buy Ugarte so they can buy Sancho. You are talking about crossroads or at loggerheads right now, but United are not going to be buying Manuel Ugarte for the price that PSG want. And like the reports, you know what, there was some yesterday that said this was close and a deal could be around the corner. There were also some reports saying that Manuel Ugarte could go all the way till the end of the window. I actually feel like it could go all the way to the end of the window. Ten Hag ideally wants Manuel Ugarte. He wants him in his side. I was talking earlier on about who Manchester United's leader was at the football club. Harry and Mass was talking about his pre-season, who he went to in the senior players to help him out. That man was Casemiro. I've interviewed Anthony before. I've interviewed Dalot before. The go-to man within Manchester United's dressing room, Casemiro. He's the one that helps all of these players out. He is the leader. Ten Hag wants Ugarte in. South American player coming into Manchester United in that position, and you've got a full professional like Casemiro. I'm not surprised that Ten Hag wants Casemiro to stay. And the way he conducts himself and how professional he is. I think that this is the move that Manchester United want to make happen, and this is the move that they are going to give everything for, even if they have to wait for the stubbornness of PSG. Hold on to Sander Berge until that moment is too close to say no, and then go to Sander Berge. Like, honestly, United are running a tightrope right now with these transfers. Still 2 weeks and plenty of time to go, and everything's still looking very positive. But a big twist today, a very, very big twist in the saga of Jadon Sancho and Manuel Ugarte. I'm just going to go and read through everything else to make sure we haven't missed anything in this. But as far as it stands right now, according to reports, let's get through everything. The latest one was the one I just read. PSG do not want to accept a fee below 60 million euros, which is 51.5 million they paid for Ugarte. But so far, it's understood United have indicated they are only prepared to bid less than that. However, it remains hopeful that a deal can still be struck, possibly towards the end of the window. Like, pretty much there, yeah, that's like a little bit more onto what Jason Burt was saying. Like we just said, we're just going to have to wait it out. We're going to have to wait it out until the end of this transfer window. And are United and Ineos, have they got it in them to walk away and not get any midfielders in? There has to be one, and there has to be another option. Is Sander Berge going to be enough for United fans, or to convince United fans that we are going to be better off this season? Because the update, if you are just coming on, is that Jadon Sancho does now not look like he will be going to PSG. They have put all of their money into Desiree Doué, and Jason Burt of The Telegraph has come out and said PSG does not appear to be Jadon Sancho's likely destination. He is currently not part of their plans. Also, earlier on said Manchester United are ready to give Jadon Sancho the chance to fight for his career at the club, as PSG are now unlikely to bid for the English forward. That is your full update on that situation and where we're at right there. It is now starting to get into the dangerous territory of who is going to bluff first, who is going to move or make their move now in this next 2 weeks. United, I feel, are in a good, comfortable position still. I'm not panicking. Like I said, I would wait for Ugarte. United are happy to wait for him. Ten Hag wants him. That's his man. That's his top target. Everyone else is going to have to wait. And United are just going to have to do a little bit more work to keep everybody online, really, and keep everybody involved in this. Because if it does go wrong at the last, we are going to need another option in there. So, and you put everything together on what's happening, obviously with Scott McTominay's situation today as well, with the Napoli sporting director in town talking that deal possibly so we can get Scott McTominay sold. The money is there for Manchester United to use. They're just not willing to spend it on Ugarte for the price that PSG want. There were rumours again, like earlier on, that we could get a loan for Sancho and a loan for Manuel Ugarte, like a full-on loan swap situation. But that has gone now as well. So where we're at and the situation is no different to when we started the day. We're still negotiating with Ugarte. That's fine. But the situation with Jadon Sancho has completely done a U-turn now, and it looks like we may be stuck with him. Are we stuck with him? Am I being too harsh, guys? I need you to comment below and let me know if you feel that Jadon Sancho has got a role to play. We've talked about selling Sancho earlier on today for 50 million, maybe 40 million, 30 to 40 million, still would be good, but he is now looking like he will be our extra forward this season, because we was going to use that money to bring someone else in. If it is the way it is, and this is definite for Manchester United, you can forget about other targets that United have been linked with. There was a cheeky loan offer possibly for Ivan Toney. If United got wind of Jadon Sancho earlier on today not being on the list for PSG and them not bidding for him, maybe that's where the Ivan Toney loan offer came from. I don't know. I'm just, again, putting it together. You could argue, and some people have actually commented before, can you ask for a loan when the player's in the last year of his contract? Was that not something that you couldn't do? Yeah, you know what I mean by that? So all of the reports and everyone clinging on to little deals. The only thing we can definitely say, guys, is that United are going to buy a left-back. 100% we're going into the market for a left-back. That's been made very, very clear. Ten Hag wants a specialist position, basically, meaning that he doesn't want a player like what we were talking about, Mario Hermoso. He is a centre-back / left-back. If he's going to go out and loan a player in, he wants a natural left-back who only plays at left-back, a specialised position player. That's all he wants. He doesn't want someone, he doesn't want a versatile player, which I think he's right in saying personally. I think that Sergio Reguilon is perfect. And we said this on the morning show and on the lunchtime show that Reguilon would be ideal. And then reports came out that United might actually be looking to do exactly the same deal as we did last year with Spurs for Sergio Reguilon. So that deal actually could happen. It's absolutely crazy. But yes, we could be getting... I was just saying then, sorry. To round it up, like in terms of what we definitely know is happening for United, we are going to get a left-back. We are going to get a midfielder. Right now, though, we cannot say which one. How serious is the situation with PSG right now and Manchester United? The reports are all saying there is a general consensus that this deal is going to happen. But PSG, according to the Telegraph and their report, are still holding out for 60 million euros, which United will not go near. And if they keep holding out, then they're going to have to find money to cover the Desiree Doué fee, and United are going to have to find another midfielder. Can we keep the likes of Sander Berge on ice until that deadline day? That's the question as well, because that's a player who could have played 3 or 4 games in August that isn't playing right now, and Burnley won't hold him off forever. They'll want him in that side. So there's a situation bubbling right now. It's a good job that Manchester United have done the business that they've done and been professional about it in getting the likes of Mazraoui and De Ligt in. At least we know we've got cover there. We've got Casemiro fully fit. We've got options in midfield. Like we've got Collier there still as well to come in if needed. We are okay for these first couple of games before the window shuts. But the plot thickens with Ugarte. The plot thickens with Jadon Sancho. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Are you disappointed if Jadon Sancho doesn't end up going? Are you going to wait? And can United afford to wait for Manuel Ugarte till the end of this window? That's the situation we're in right now. Have United got the patience? I'm sure, and my own opinion before we finish up is that Ineos have positioned themselves well. They're in a confident frame of mind and they are comfortable with the bids that they've got in and the players that they've got and everything else that's going on behind the scenes to the side of Manuel Ugarte to actually go all the way and go, you know what? Okay then, PSG, stick to your guns. We're just going to walk away. I do think they will walk away. I think that's the deal with Ten Hag personally. I think they've said, yeah, we'll go all out for your target, but we're going to walk away if the price doesn't get accepted for what we want, and it has to work financially for us. They've done it before. They got De Ligt, they got Mazraoui, they got all the deals that they wanted. Yoro was in. Zirkzee exactly the same. And they're going to do it again with Manuel Ugarte. This is the saga. This is the one that is going to take it right to the deadline. There's always one for United, isn't there? And it's Manuel Ugarte this time. Guys, absolute legends. We've smashed all of the content today. Your views have been immense. The likes, the comments have been impressive, detailed. And please, again, get your comments in below. I'll get back to as many as I can tonight when I get back. I'm out training tonight, which is why we're doing the premiere. But I do appreciate you all joining us anyway. So please do get involved in the chat. Let me know what you think of all the topics. Sancho, Ugarte, and obviously let me know about that lone left back. What do you think? Who should it be? Get them comments in below. Please give the video a like. We want 1,000 likes. And I do want you guys to subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell notification button as well so you miss out on absolutely nothing Manchester United news-wise. And that is us all done and dusted, everybody. Thank you so much. And I will see you all later on. If anything else breaks, I got you covered. I'll be back live tonight again. Whew, it's busy.